Juventus give a first league start to 18-year-old Italian international Moise Kean up front. They change all four at the back, with Andrea Basali starting for only the second time all season, as does Leonardo Spinazzola. As for Udinese, they're without former Juventus man Rolando Mandragora through suspension. There's a debut for loanee Ben Wilmot from Watford. Stefano Okaka drops to the bench. Seiko Fofana also starts.
And that's how important it is to get younger players through, get the right backroom staff to get players involved at the club.
Well, for example, Rugani is one of those earmarked to come in long-term at the back, as Alexandro sends it in, and Moise Kean is there and celebrates his first start of the season for Juventus in Serie A with a goal inside 10 minutes.
Well, there's one young gun who's out to prove a point. Couldn't be a better start for the young man. He backs himself, he gets in the right positions, he expects that quality to come in. He's not afraid to miss, and he's not afraid to get in there. Build up again, it's not bad. Intercept there, and the next minute they're on the back foot, but they look in control here. But the one against the two comes out on top. The ball, does it get deflected? It does get a little bit of a deflection. Maybe that just caught them out.
But he knew where he wanted the ball, and he made the run for it,
didn't he? It's a wonderful finish.
Got in there in front of Nighting.
It's a wonderful finish, because it came in at pace, and the deflection could have caused a problem. But he didn't. He looked right across at the...
Chan finding Bentancur. It's Alexandro feeding it through, collected by Federico Bernardeschi.
Well, the only thing he did wrong there was try and put too much behind it. Didn't need to from where he was. His first touch was absolutely brilliant. Look at this, to do that, and then look at him. He's off balance when he hits it, and he didn't need to be. If he just steadies himself, which he did, look at his body shape there. It's totally off balance. Just looks like no ideas in that final third. They never look like hurting the opposition.
Matuidi there, hustling and bustling and winning it back. And this time Opoku is beaten by Moise Kean. Kean taking it all the way into the box and all the way into the back of the net. An opportunist goal, if ever I've seen one. Moise Kean with his second of the night. Juventus 2, Udinese 0.
I'm not sure, but I think this gets a deflection. But it all came from all that decent possession Udinese had, but did nothing with. All looked pretty, but never threatening. The next minute, Juventus get the ball back, and they are threatening, and they do make it pay. Look at that, just lose the ball so sloppily there. Kean does brilliantly there. And look at the acceleration. Now then, does it get a... Well, the keeper's beat the near post. Does it just get a deflection off the toe? Yes, it does. Thought it did, it came off Wilmot. Just enough to do the goalkeeper, but still great improvisation by Kean. Watch this, outside of his foot, little step over. Now, oh, it's a toe poke, not even with the outside of the foot. It's an old...
Sandro, now Fofana. Sandro dispossessed in midfield. Bentancur sends it forward. Kean is straining every sinew in pursuit of that. What a handful he is as he goes down. The challenge coming just, I think, inside the penalty area from Opoku.
Well, he looked to have won the battle, didn't he, at first? Oh dear, I think this will go to VAR. Well, there's definitely contact, isn't there?
Definitely contact.
Yeah, certainly looks like it.
But what a handful Kean is in and around the penalty area. 3/4 of the way through the game. Well, Emre Can scored the winner last week against Napoli. And Can makes it 3-0. What a cool penalty that was.
Don't like those stuttery run-ups. I can't believe they've not let Kean get his hat-trick. I think that's really poor. deserved it. He did all the hard work. He got the penalty. Let him take it. Let him have his moment of glory.
Meanwhile, Emre Can celebrates his 4th goal of the season. He scored 2 weeks running now. And it is a seemingly unassailable 3-0 lead, and Udinese are bemoaning their luck there, the challenge, conceding the penalty kick straight down the middle of the goal.
Yeah, he waits and waits, goes a little bit early, doesn't he? And that makes his mind up. Just hit it nice and comfortably down the middle. Don't like the stutters. Don't they say ungentlemanly conduct? The next time he does it, he might just get whacked and get himself injured.
Into Rodrigo Bentancur. He's got some support from Bernardeschi over on the far side, and it comes. Matuidi's there, and he's got his goal. He's worked so hard tonight, putting himself in the right place time and time again. But Blaise Matuidi has scored for the first time in 6 months. It's Juventus 4, Udinese 0.
He thoroughly deserves that, and look at the enjoyment from the teammates. Number of times his timing of the run's been really good, just not quite been able to get on. He's not even in the picture now. Look, there he comes in between the two, downward header. This is difficult because he has to stoop a little bit here. There, look, but he just directs it into the far corner, downward, textbook stuff. No chance for the goalkeeper whatsoever, but it's because the ball came in early as well. That's what happens when you put it in early. I mentioned it first half. Spitzer's been critical of him this evening, but I think sometimes you have to look up a little bit more. Yeah, do your trick. You got away with the first one, brilliant. Then produce. Don't run into somebody. He's run into people a little bit too much for me tonight.
And it's whipped into the back of the net by Lasagna. And Udinese do have a consolation goal here. 6 minutes from the end.
And that's all come from the other end, giving the ball away. Next minute, down the pitch, and that's a class finish, by the way. Gone across the goalkeeper. The ball played was absolutely brilliant. Chest control, fantastic. Took it early. Textbook, right across the goalkeeper. That's perfection. Beautiful first touch, lovely strike. Just make sure he hits the target. Goes across the goalkeeper with pace, and it's a terrific finish. Look at the chest control to start with. He has